In this podcast episode, Clarke explores the profound concepts of shadow work, personal healing, and raising one's energetic frequency to manifest desires effectively. She delves into how unconscious trauma fragments the psyche, creating the shadow self and protector parts, and offers practical insights on healing those parts through compassion and self-awareness. The conversation further examines the fundamentals of manifestation, the importance of embodying a new identity before achieving goals, the interplay between masculine and feminine energy, and cultivating patience in the growth process. Katie explains that the shadow self originates from unresolved distress or trauma, often starting in childhood. When a painful experience, such as criticism or rejection, occurs without resolution or validation, the psyche fragments to cope. The wounded part, carrying feelings like inadequacy or shame, is pushed into the shadow, while simultaneously a protector part is born to safeguard the individual from similar harm in the future. These protector parts often take forms such as perfectionism or people-pleasing. The shadow contains repressed qualities, while the protector parts form the dominant personality expressed to the world. Healing requires acknowledging these fragmented parts and their origin stories, even if the trauma seems minor, because cumulative, unresolved moments shape one's internal landscape. The process of shadow work involves making the unconscious conscious. Katie emphasizes that healing begins with admitting the existence of these hidden parts, rather than resisting or judging them. Through journaling, meditation, or inner dialogue, individuals can identify specific feelings and memories linked to their shadow. Allowing these parts to express pain, anger, or shame without judgment enables emotional release and completion of stagnant energy cycles. After venting, offering reassurance and love to these parts helps transform their energy, integrate them back into the self, and gradually dissolve limiting beliefs rooted in early experiences. This compassionate approach equips individuals to become empowering coaches for themselves instead of perpetual critics, fostering greater self-acceptance. Katie discusses how children, in their need for survival, often internalize negative assumptions about themselves rather than attributing problems to their caregivers. This dynamic can result in deeply ingrained beliefs such as "I am not enough" or "I don't matter," despite no explicit statements to that effect being made. These beliefs become the foundation of the shadow self and affect self-worth and relationships well into adulthood. Recognition of this unconscious conditioning and its emotional impact is essential to breaking free from limiting identity patterns and stepping into a more authentic version of oneself. The ego is described not as a negative force, but rather as the character or persona the consciousness assumes in the physical world. It serves as a vehicle navigating reality. Problems arise when one becomes identified solely with ego-based patterns that are misaligned with deeper truth or desired outcomes. Creating space between awareness and ego allows individuals to observe their habitual thoughts and behaviors and choose new pathways. Mindfulness and present moment awareness are important tools for transcending ego limitations and consciously crafting a new identity aligned with goals and purpose. Katie defines frequency as the sum total of one's beliefs, emotions, thoughts, and overall identity, which collectively emit an energetic vibration. Since all matter, including human beings, is energy, the internal frequency shapes external reality. The biggest pitfall for those attempting manifestation is focusing too much on current circumstances, especially lack or limitation. This focus reinforces beliefs tied to those undesired realities, trapping people in cycles of scarcity. Manifestation begins internally by shifting identity and emotional states, rather than starting with external goals or possessions. Manifestation follows the sequence of be, do, have. Being the version of yourself aligned with your desired outcome precedes taking effective action and receiving tangible results. The internal state must shift first. Otherwise, external efforts may falter. Katie references scientific concepts such as the double-slit experiment to illustrate how consciousness interacts with potential realities in the quantum field, emphasizing that physical reality is a small subset of infinite possibilities existing beyond immediate perception. Understanding this helps open the mind to the creative power inherent in everyone. Limiting beliefs are subconscious programs often formed in childhood but maintained by emotional conviction and repetition. These beliefs operate automatically, shaping perception, behavior, and results without conscious awareness. Katie advises conducting an honest assessment of your life, finances, relationships, health, to spot areas where limiting beliefs manifest. To rewire these beliefs, one must first acknowledge them, understand their origin, and then displace them with more believable and emotionally compelling, empowering beliefs. This gradual shift along a spectrum from negative to positive beliefs allows natural integration without internal resistance. Katie shares her personal journey of battling imposter syndrome and the need for external validation, manifesting as self-sabotage around content creation. By sitting with the vulnerable part of herself longing for approval, giving it space to express fear and insecurity, and reframing its identity with compassion, she was able to break destructive cycles. This process illustrates the universal challenge many face when learning to embody new versions of themselves and step beyond ingrained self-doubt. A recurring challenge in personal growth is impatience, which often leads to frustration and disconnection from the present moment, the true source of power. Katie stresses that the future unfolds one step at a time, and attempting to control or foresee every detail can block natural flow. Surrendering to the present, trusting the process, and embracing each phase of growth nurtures sustainable transformation. The path becomes clearer as you walk it, with the version of yourself evolving throughout the journey. Katie highlights the necessity of harmonizing masculine and feminine energies within, regardless of gender. The masculine embodies action, logic, and willpower, the driver of plans and execution, while the feminine represents presence, creativity, intuition, and receiving. Overemphasis on the masculine, often driven by societal conditioning, can lead to burnout and disconnection from authentic flow. Cultivating feminine energy supports vision and nurtures the creative process, which in turn fuels empowered masculine action. This balance is crucial for sustainable success and personal fulfillment. True power is found not in external achievements or affirmations, but in facing and integrating the parts of ourselves that feel powerless, ashamed, or unworthy. Katie describes that taking back your power means turning inward, healing wounds, and reclaiming fragmented aspects of your identity rather than seeking validation outside yourself. This inner alignment unlocks immense reservoirs of creativity, potential, and wisdom already present within. For Katie, greatness is defined by the courage to live authentically according to one's unique divine design. It involves the willingness to confront inner obstacles, shed limiting identities, and consistently choose alignment with one's highest self. Greatness is a deeply personal and evolving journey, shaped by growth rather than external markers of success.